Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Zach Lasco, and this is Shed Talk, the Zach and Joe Show. So to start things off, I want to give you a quick, rundown on what we are, and really what we are is just a couple of buddies that like to talk about sports. We've been best friends now for like the past at least 10 years, and we just really like to talk about this stuff. I'm going to school to get my bachelor's degree in sports broadcasting, so it's great practice for me. And Joe is a very knowledgeable guy, and he's pretty entertaining too, in my opinion. So I'll take it to him and let him tell you a little bit more about himself. So, how's it going, Joe?
Good, man. I'll start off by saying I appreciate that, the kind comment. And I'm good, man. I appreciate you having me on the show. I appreciate you doing this with me.
Of course, man.
Having me join you.
Yeah, the Zach and Joe Show. Hopefully we're making noise for years to come, you know what I mean?
I hope so, man.
Me too, dude. So what we're going to do for the Zach and Joe Show is we're going to go over basically all the major sports. We picked the highlights that we like, that we think are interesting. So for the first one, we're going to just dive right into the NFL. And many of you may know this already, you may not, but
he was such a part of that offense.
Hopkins got
he was
traded
such a
to the
security
Arizona
blanket
Cardinals
for Deshaun Watson. The way he could get open, the way he caught the football.
David
He has
Johnson,
the best hands in the NFL.
I believe his $13
It's really a surprising
salary,
take, especially.
Right, why would you take that contract on and
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Bill O'Brien's doing, man. I mean, I think a lot of people said that it was personal. There were some personal issues. Another thing that you and I were questioning earlier, too, was, they got Brandon Cooks. I'm not saying the Cooks is bad, but with such a wide receiver heavy draft class this year.
Gosh, man. In this year's draft class, you can get a good wide receiver in any round.
Yeah,
it's the best wide receiver class I think I've seen in maybe ever.
Maybe they're planning on that, but I think you also said, why get a deep threat in Brandon Cooks when you've already have Will Fuller?
Yeah.
Which is very true.
Fuller, man, he's definitely a vertical threat.
Yeah, I agree completely. While we're on the NFL, I wanted to talk a little bit about how there's a few changes that are going to be implemented as early as the 2021 season. One team is going to be added to the playoffs per conference. So that's one change that they're trying to get done soon here. And they also want to add a 17th game and get rid of the fourth preseason game. What do you think about that, Joe?
I like that they're getting rid of a preseason game. I think they should maybe get rid of two, though.
Yeah.
But I know people's rebuttal will be that got the talent through the preseason. But to me, the argument's no good because you can make or break your preseason off one big play, one big third down tackle, one big interception, one big touchdown catch. And that's the difference between you getting cut and you making the practice squad or the team.
That's very true, man. I mean, I think 2 games is probably enough to evaluate the talent in the preseason.
Yeah, I mean, they do it with one for college guys with the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, they do. So, I don't know. I think that, again, I think it's enough. And I think them adding that 17th game into the end of the season, and that's definitely why, who was the players atop the list? Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, J.J. Watt, and I think there was a fourth.
Sherman.
Yeah, Richard Sherman. All monster contracts, all...
They don't need the extra game because they're already making so much money to where it doesn't matter to them. Why there's probably a divide in the players' union or whatever is the guys that are only making 6 figures or whatever probably want that extra game to make more money.
For sure. I think they do. And sometimes that extra game, who was it last year for the Niners? Raheem Mostert? Yeah. No, the other one. It might have been Mostert, actually. He had 3 touchdowns in one game, and before that...
He had 4 the one game.
Or 4, it was 4, sorry. And, that kind of launched his stardom, just that game. So that 17th game you may get some new players out of that.
Definitely won me some money with that game.
Yeah.
That was versus the Packers, I think.
Yeah, it was. 4 tutties, boy. Yeah. 4 tutties. Wowzer.
Garoppolo didn't even have to throw the ball that game. No. They ran it. Every run was 7 to 10 yards.
Yeah, because he's not. I mean, Mostert, that whole running back core out of San Francisco is just nasty.
Yeah, they would just rotate any of the 3, and Coleman, Mostert or why can't I think of the other guy's name?
Evan Coleman.
No, I said Coleman.
Oh, Coleman, Mostert. We got Breida.
Yeah.
Breida. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's a hell of a backfield.
Oh my god, yeah, and then
the Broncos are gonna have a hell of a backfield now.
See, listen, I wanted to actually talk about that too. I'm glad you brought that up, but real quick before I forget, they got what's his name, James Jones Jr. What's his name? The other James Wilson Jr.
Okay.
For the Niners, that's 4. Jeff Wilson Jr. Sorry, Jeff Wilson Jr. He's a beast too.
I don't even know if I know who that is, honestly.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I mean he's in that rotation.
Okay.
Or was last year. Like you said though, the Broncos got Melvin now and Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like kind of the same thing as like Eckler and Melvin, I think. So now you're going to have to, in fantasy, you're going to have to figure out if you even want Melvin again.
But how good are the Broncos going to be now if Drew Lock's
as good as they say?
Any good, because you have Cordarrelle Sutton already as a wideout, and they're going to probably either pick CeeDee Lamb or Judy.
Yeah, they'll get somebody.
They're going to be
real nasty, I think.
Their defense is already pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they've always been. Yeah. Their defense has always been solid. So, moving on. Actually, one more thing about the NFL, too. So, this year, the 2020 draft, because of the coronavirus and everything going on, it's going to be completely virtual. You'll have your guys on the computer, basically what we're doing, with their cameras and just doing the draft process that way. Do you think that this is going to affect future drafts now? Is it just all going to be done this way, or are they going to do a big event?
I hope not, man. For me personally, I might not seem like the type of guy that likes big social gatherings, but I like the atmosphere, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, it definitely adds to it, especially sporting events. Like in general, you have to like the fans is why is what makes it so popular.
I just like the atmosphere. It's like when someone asks us, would you rather play online poker or go play with your buddies at a home game or play at the casino? Of course you're going to say you'd rather actually have social interaction.
That's what I would want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, me personally, I really enjoy playing a home game poker because, we have fun. Yeah. And whenever you're down there, like, better than me, but those dudes, I mean, you got to have your head on a fucking swivel.
Yeah. Man. And the thing, too, though, about what you're saying, like it playing with your buddies and stuff like that. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but I think it's good for
it's good
viewers to know. I think the thing that makes poker good for people is being comfortable in the game around people.
Well, that just makes a good
someone
game.
You can laugh at if you just want a big pot off them where there's no hard feel. You can joke around and stuff like that.
Yeah, like if you like a perfect example is if me and you were playing and I made a bad play that like I usually wouldn't. Maybe I'll make it. I'm not the best poker player, but if I made it and you called me like a fish or something, I'd laugh. Yeah. But if I was at the casino and some random dude called me a fish, I'd be like, you better back off, dude.
Exactly.
I'd be a little agitated.
And it's just better for. The game's just better when you're comfortable around the people and you're not
for sure, dude. I mean, it's never easy when you're taking somebody else's money though, but it's nicer when your friends are there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But anyhow, so we're talking about the NFL draft coming up, and usually what's going on right now, I'm not even usually watching the draft to be honest. Like I watch the first couple rounds, but I'm usually watching the fucking opening day of baseball, man. That's what
I feel like I catch the draft. I make it a point to.
I watch the first one or two.
With my old job, though, I could never. I think the last year I actually got to sit down and watch a draft was the year you had the softball team.
Yeah.
Because I remember being with Roble and we actually sat down and watched like the first round of each
I mean that is cool though, man. But again,
the year we picked the pre.
Buddy, love that, bud. But as I was saying, man, we should be into spring training at this point, and we're not. It sucks, and we're usually down at PNC Park watching our
Buccos
Pirates get smoked. But I guess that's what happens, right, Joe? Every year they get smoked, and we still hopefully watch. Doesn't ever change our luck. Nothing happens, but.
Maybe in 30 years.
Yeah, whenever the ownership changes and the guy's more worried about winning championships than making money. I get it, though. That's kind of how the world goes. So what are you gonna do about it? I don't know.
That Yankees mentality.
Yeah, man. Buy the best players and let's play and make more money. I think so. But anyhow, so moving on from the MLB, let's move on to your boy, Tony Ferguson, in the UFC real quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you take this away because Joe's kind of our resident UFC guy. So anyhow, you got Tony Ferguson's highlights right next to you, Joe.
Well, I think it just broke either today or yesterday, maybe the day before, but UFC 49 is tentative to happen May 9th.
May 9th now.
Same card, other than some fights are taken off and others are added. Like they added Cowboy Cerrone versus Pettis to the card.
Okay.
And they added a women's fight too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's one of the best cards of this year at least.
It's still it's Ferguson and Gaethje, right?
Main
because
event,
yeah, because initially it was Ferguson and Khabib, but for the 5th time now, this fight has been postponed.
Yep.
Literally 5 times. This time
canceled or postponed.
I mean, this time it was because of all the the coronavirus stuff, and he had travel restrictions. So Dana White said that he was going to buy his own island just for stuff like this in general, so he didn't have to worry about travel restrictions, and he could hold any fight that he wanted to hold.
This whole situation, I feel like, has really made me respect Dana a lot more for trying to, because he tried to get it on an Indian reservation. He's trying to buy the island to secure international fights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like the persistence, man. People are dying for something.
Dude, he in my opinion, he's one of the best marketers out there.
Yeah.
He brought the league up, and on top of that, before Brady went to the Bucks, he was just trying to get Brady to come to Vegas more than anything, because it'd be cool to see Brady in the Oakland, or the now Las Vegas Raiders jersey.
I just I don't know if I necessarily agree with Tony. I don't think Tony deserves anything less than the real title shot.
No, I agree too, and we were talking about this earlier. Since 2012, he hasn't lost a fight.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a shot at the titles other than
he won.
He
won the interim.
The interim.
He had the interim belt, and then they stripped that from him too.
Which is what he's going to be fighting Gaethje for now. The interim
again,
until he gets the fight, or until that winner gets the fight. Khabib. Yeah, and that's how that goes, which is crazy, man. I mean, Ferguson's 25-3. He's won his last, or his 12 straight.
It's not going to be an easy fight for Tony either. No. He could very well lose this fight.
To Gaethje, I mean, they're both very well conditioned, and they're both psychos. So.
I think it starts to favor Tony the later the fight goes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Gaethje would TKO him or something early.
Yeah, it's possible, man, for sure. I'm really not too sure. I know that Gaethje can definitely take a punch, but I think that could get him in trouble.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they both of those dudes are psychos and don't mind getting hit, but it seems like Gaethje just he leaves his face open a little. He doesn't.
So does Tony though, man. Tony at the beginning of fights he gets hit. He's easy to find.
Yeah, really. You'll just catch him on one.
But there's gonna be 3 title fights on that card.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be a great card.
I'm missing so many fights that got added because Amanda Nunes is defending her title on that card too.
Oh
now.
Wow!
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I forget versus who, but it's someone she roll right through. But
that's pretty crazy that she's on there too. Still,
and then I forget. Oh, the co-main event is Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz for the I think it's bantamweight belt.
Okay. You said Cowboy Cerrone is going to be involved as well.
Yeah.
And that's Gaethje and Ferguson's they both beat him last, and I think Conor actually beat him last too. So So we got Cowboy just kind of as the punching bag, making some money right now.
Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Hell no, man. May fight for what, how long do those fights last typically?
Cowboy's a legend too, man. He has the most finishes, most wins.
Yeah, he seems like
there's just something about him when he gets those big fights, a fight that'll lead to a title shot.
Yeah.
it seems like something happens where he doesn't really perform that well.
Really?
But then when he fights like a young up and comer that's talking shit or something, he whips their ass.
Him in his place. Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's just kind of how the nature of the beast, I guess. I don't know, but anyhow, we're kind of we're rambling a little bit. So I'm going to move on to the PGA next because I am a huge PGA Tour guy. I love watching golf. And I wanted to let you guys know that, until today, we weren't planning on to have any golf this summer, but apparently June 11th to June 14th is when play is going to resume at the Charles Schwab Challenge, and that's pretty awesome, man. 3 of the 4 majors have been moved, except the Ryder Cup. That's going to stay the same, but the PGA Tour is now going to be from August 6th to the 9th. U.S. Open is going to be from September 17th to September 20th, and the Masters will now be November 12th through November 15th, which is awesome, and I am super pumped that we're at least going to get some awesome golf in November, man. I mean, I was talking to you again about this earlier. We thought that, them postponing the Masters this year may hurt Tiger's chances of getting that magical 17 majors, and I want him to get it. I really do. And he was taking off tournaments. He was getting mentally prepared. He said he was there, but
it's 17 or 18. Does he
17
need
is the record
to tie?
Yeah, that's the tie.
To tie.
Yeah, 18 to win it. And I believe he's at 15 now after his last major. Yeah. So, a few more Tiger for the tie, and I think you should go for the W myself.
That was my favorite sports story of the year.
Yeah.
When he won.
Yeah, me too.
That was one of those sports moments where you'll remember where you were at
I'll never forget
forever.
It. I will literally I'll never forget that.
Everyone where I was at was stopped to watch that.
Yeah. I cried, man. As soon as, he's the reason I play golf. Growing up, he was
It was just like the ultimate redemption story too, I feel like.
Yeah, he definitely was, man. I think so.
Because everyone was saying, oh, he'll never win.
Yeah, that's true. We actually have 2 more sports topics I want to talk about real quick. One, we got the NBA Horse Challenge going on tonight for those who care. Actually, in 10 minutes. Chris Conley versus Chauncey Billups is the...
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley, sorry. Mike Conley versus Chauncey Billups, and then we have Zach LaVine versus Ali Quigley in the semifinals, so... See how that goes.
Quigley's my dark horse.
Yeah, you like Quigley, man. We were talking. I think Conley's gonna take it, man. I really do. We're kind of running out of things to talk about, but we do have one more thing that's definitely right up Joe's alley, and I'm gonna go to that next. We're gonna go to NASCAR. Kyle Larson was fired for.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it the other day, I was a little bit more upset, so I said that he should, never be able to race again. But driving over to your house, I was thinking about it, and I think you definitely have to suspend the guy for over a year, 2 years maybe. I mean, the other thing that in NASCAR, they rely so much on their sponsors, he's probably never going to pick up sponsors anytime soon.
I would imagine probably never again.
No.
I think it's unfortunate because there's a lapse of judgment there. He was live streaming, and people, it just should never be said. What he said should never be said, and he should really watch it. But mistakes happen, and it sucks. But sometimes they end your career, man.
It's just those the comfort he said it with, man, and just those unguarded moments really show people's true character. And
I agree.
The way he said it, it definitely seems like that's normal vocabulary.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I definitely do.
And it's ironic because he came into NASCAR through their diversity program.
Yeah, that is pretty ironic, actually.
And I just don't understand when you're an athlete, you're not of the highest status, but you still hold some.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, you're people look up to you.
How do you that? Literally must have it just happened in his brain because as someone with that status, you don't.
They train you to do other things, really.
you don't say that. Like,
no, you have PR guys.
You have to be like, he has to feel like such an idiot,
and rightfully so, man.
Yeah.
So, Joe, we're kind of getting to the end of the show right now, and I didn't want to leave these guys without this special message that I received from my buddy that's in Japan right now. He's actually your friend too. We went to high school with this guy, man. You know, actually, I went to middle school with him, elementary school, since I was probably like 5. One of my best friends. Just an all-around great guy. I'm just going to take you guys to it, man. Mark Hoffman of the United States Navy. Here you go.
All right, what's up, everyone? Making this video for my buddy Zach Lasco. He started a channel called Shed Talk, and he wanted to do a Navy appreciation thing for us out here for the guys in Japan. Me and my buddy, I'd get more of us, but you know, everyone's kind of doing their own thing right now. But this is my buddy
Jadarian Ficklin.
I'm from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. I grew up with my buddy Zach Lasco basically my entire life. He's a great dude, and you know, I really appreciate him doing this for us. This means a lot to us, especially through this whole coronavirus thing we have going on here. Life's been pretty tough, as you know, everyone has been experiencing that. But anything you want to say to people back home?
From Thompson, Georgia, Evans, Georgia. Just everyone stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands.
Coming to you from Shed Talk.
All right, Mark, I appreciate it, man. And you know, you and your buddy Jadarian, I thank you guys so much. It means so much to all of us what you're doing overseas, and we just can't wait for you guys to come home and come home safely. So again, thank you for your kind words, and we're all very, very proud of you guys. So until next time, man, this has been the Zach and Joe show. Joe, you want to leave these guys with anything? Any last words that you want to say? Or
no, I just wanted to say thank you for your service to Mark and his buddy and everyone else out there serving our country. And Hoffman and your buddy, let's get some ranks tonight. Let's announce our ranks the next time we do a video. I need to hear ranks next time, boys. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, man. Mark, again, thank you. And I wanted to leave you guys with a little something as well. You know, we wanted to make this a point of our show and kind of why we're doing what we're doing. So, you know, if you're struggling with anything mentally, physically, just, you know, you're sad, you're depressed, you don't have anybody to talk to, just please reach out to either me, Joe, Marissa, anybody that, just anyone. Don't hold that stuff in, because we know, you know, Joe and I have been friends for, you know, at least the past 10 years now, and we've had a lot of friends that didn't make it because, you know, they battled with substance abuse, or maybe they just held problems in that they had that they just didn't know how to deal with, and maybe they thought people would make fun of them. But I promise you both right now, or all of you right now, you know, we're not here to judge. We're just here to listen, honestly, man. And that's what we're about. We're just about spreading some positivity around this crazy world. So
even, man, just come hop on the stream on Thursdays and hang out, you know,
exactly.
If you have nothing else to do.
Exactly. We'd love to hear from you. We love to talk to you. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. You know, we just like to talk. And again, guys, this has been Shed Talk with Zach Lasco. Till next time, have a great day unless you've made other plans. Thank you very much.